Hi, and welcome to another incredible module in our Crystal Collective course. Now we're going to dive into really learning about patience, faith, and appreciation and forgiveness. I mean, who doesn't want more of those values and tools, right? So let's talk about one of my favorite uh, crystals, stones that we've talked about and revisited a few times. Because this one, I know it comes up so much, but it comes up because it's so important for you to really dive in into learning more about this beautiful gift we've been given by God, which is amber. Okay. Amber is just an amazing piece to work with. Amber is a sap, and it was a sap that was created and formed by prehistoric trees, okay, which is cool in itself. And then what happens is that sap then has been fossilized over. So sometimes, like this picture that you see, you can even find it with parts of nature that were fossilized inside of it, such as bugs, such as plant matter, and all kinds of other cool parts of science. And I love that because think of the energy that you're also getting in that, in something that literally was a part of nature. So the reason why it's great for patients, not only is it the color of the solar plexus, right, and the storehouse of all these powerful, incredible things, it's phenomenal for you to be able to use it with your solar plexus chakra as well. But amber helps you be able to make more clear choices rather than being impulsive about them. Okay. Another phenomenal thing that amber does is amber goes hand in hand with the work I do, inner child work and shadow work. Okay. Because what it does is many ways, it's like a beautiful eraser for your memories. What it does is it goes in almost and it helps remove those memories that were the toxic ones, that were the inner child limiting belief ones, okay, or the shadow ones that told us that patience and grace were never given to us, okay, which in return may be causing us to rebel subconsciously without realizing it and go out and do things that are getting in the way from us being able to give grace and patience to ourselves. Okay. Because what happens a lot of times is when that inner child didn't receive that, then the inner child rebels against anything that feels like what patience should be like. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So it's a great one to help you on that subconscious and unconscious level and reassures your inner child that there actually were memories that may be suppressed where you were given grace and patience time and time again. It could have been by a beautiful teacher or another kid in class, okay? Whatever it was, there was the time that you've been shown it, even if it was in a movie or an author, there was a time it's encountered your presence. So what's the beautiful thing about amber? As it goes in and it kind of washes out those toxic memories, it allows the beautiful ones to remain. How cool is that? It helps with cleansing and clearing memories, restoring you back and taking you back to a time and place when you were given that grace. Okay. Amber helps you be able to make clear choices rather than being impulsive about them. I know I said that again, but sometimes things are worth repeating. It helps bring about calm emotions within you, and it helps you balance your emotions. It's great for removing emotional blockages. Hello, just think of amber is an emotional eraser for you, okay? And it's phenomenal with helping remove negativity. When we're working on patients, something that often comes up is we want things done right now on our terms, our conditions. Yes, now. Woo, hurry up. And the universe is like, it's much deeper than patience, honey. This is going back about 10, 20, 40 years ago. And until you actually go there, we're not giving you what it is you think you need now. You got to get to the root, right? So that's what it is. It gives you patience and grace around those things that we're expecting to be on our terms and condition. And it helps us remember the important thing here, okay, is that we're never being prevented from getting what it is we want. Instead, the universe is showing us where we may be trapped, just like this little bug in this picture, okay? That amber is going to reflect to you where it is you're trapped, what's preventing you from getting that patience, and more importantly, to remember that everything happens on the universe's term when you are ready to attract it and actually keep it. So that's the beauty of amber, and that's a lot of gorgeous things, isn't it? So let's look at some more pictures just so you can see the different forms of amber. Raw amber, look at how pretty raw amber is. It almost looks like a raisin or a piece of charcoal. Sometimes we see amber always presented as this beautiful piece like this, but we don't get to see it raw. So I want you to see it in multiple forms, okay? So you've also got amber that's going to look a lot like your citrine, okay? So anyways, and here's one that looks familiar too. I think another beautiful thing about some pieces of amber is it almost looks like there is fire brewing inside. Now this is saying it's blood quartz, but oops, I don't know how to get back to that. But anyways, it almost looks like a piece of fire inside of it. So that just helps you be able to see what amber looks like. It's gorgeous, kind of like a flame. Think of it as setting your past on fire so that you can move forward. How symbolic is that, right? So let's go ahead and keep on moving and dive into learning more about faith and appreciation and forgiveness. Okay, just kidding. I don't know why I skipped a little bit more about patience. Clearly, I needed to carry my amber too, okay? Just kidding. I was so excited to move on that I forgot to slow down. Okay, so another one I want to talk about, honey, when it comes to patience, y'all, is another great one, and it's howlite, okay? So howlite is a wonderful, wonderful stone to use when it comes to being able to really tap into your patience. If we can see, we might need patience when it comes to this. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so we'll just keep it moving as we often do. So howlite is great for patience, but is phenomenal for the crown chakra. Think of where the things are that probably keep you and prevent you from being patient. It's those damn thoughts from the past. Oh my God, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. It's that monkey chatter that's going where? It's going around in your crown, okay? So we want to calm the crown down. So howlite is great for that. It's one of the crystals it's one of the few crystals that's actually sourced in the US, which is cool. Most of our other crystals we're having to get from all around the world. But this one, we're lucky enough that it is from the US. So it is one that is a calming stone, okay? It is phenomenal for communication. Oftentimes when we get impatient, it stems from mismanagement of time, mismanagement of expectations, and mismanagement of not being able to communicate properly what it is that we want and need, okay? So it's great to really help us with that. And what's cool is it's going to help you with the communication from not only with yourself, but communication with others, okay? And it's going to help you to be able to talk about your feelings without being afraid of that word or thinking, oh God, I'm such a woman, I'm so emotional. No, you're a human with feelings, okay? So it's going to also help you be able to process your emotions so that when you are speaking from a place of emotional intelligence and not emotional weakness. That's going to in turn give you patience and grace for yourself. It's also phenomenal for helping with processing emotions, okay? And it's great for self-expression, and it will help you be able to give you creative ways to express yourself, whether it's through your paintings, it's through your drawings, it's through creating things like cooking in the kitchen or gardening or in your business or coming up with content and material, okay? So it's phenomenal for giving you creative ideas around that. And it's a good one that when you're painting or when you're doing these things that you have around you so you can feel the energy of it. And like I tell y'all, make sure you set the intentions with it. And it's a great one for you to use if you are trying to reach a goal and you really have this vision of yourself living a life where patience is all around you. People give you patience and you give them patience. You would want to make sure that this is one that you have all around you to just incorporate that. And it's another good one to help with anger. Okay. Let's keep it moving, baby. All right, so let's keep it moving, and we're going to talk about appreciation now, okay? Who doesn't at some point crave feeling appreciated and valued? Oftentimes, though, when we are craving those things, those are also our soul longing for us to take the time and do that for us. So solidate, right, is a beautiful stone for this. It is one that you can use for your third eye chakra. It helps you in so many incredible ways. As you can see on this image here, not only does it have this soothing calmness to it just by looking at it, okay? It has actual healing properties in it. It has calcium, okay? And it's got different minerals in it that are going to help you be able to feel that soothing and calmness, literally even on your skin. It helps strengthen your confidence, self-worth, and self-esteem. But it does so much more than that. So as it helps with your self-esteem, it also helps with your self-confidence, which helps the solar plexus area. So you're getting 2 for 1 there. You're helping your third eye, but you're also helping your solar plexus. It helps with mental health. It helps with anxiousness and depression. And it can help move our thoughts to being more positive, which is going to help you appreciate things more. If your thoughts are focusing on the positive things, right, then you will begin to appreciate. When you appreciate, you create more things to appreciate. However, if you're in that depressive mentality, in that anxious mentality, then you're not giving yourself things to appreciate. Instead, you're giving yourself things to keep you stuck. So this is going to help get you out of that terrible hamster wheel and help you with endurance. It's also going to help on the times that you feel just mentally and emotionally and physically wore out. It can help restore that motivation within and give us thoughts that are more purposeful. And so, yeah, that's a phenomenal one. There's just so many beautiful things that it can help you with. Like I said, this one tells you again, it's going to help you boost communication. Look at this, even with public speaking. And it says on here, it stimulates the creative ability to, and to use in meditation to develop your intuition. Once again, that's why it would help your third eye and your clairvoyance. What happens is oftentimes our gifts are blocked by the shit we've refused to work on. That's why when in the beginning we worked on knowing, is this our intuition or is this our wound, right? Is this our wound? So the more that you get away from the things that are stripping from your clairvoyance and stripping you from your intuition, right? Then the more you're going to help your mental health to begin with. So this is a great resource, and it's very inexpensive to find. So I highly encourage you to just take some time to try to find this gorgeous, amazing stone, okay? Absolutely beautiful. So we're just going to keep trucking along as we are learning some incredible things here. And let's talk about the Apache tears, okay? So Apache tears are phenomenal ones to have. Now think of black, think of obsidian and jet and onyx and how those have that protection with them. This is a phenomenal one to just keep moving in that direction. So the Apache Tears is going to help you with limiting beliefs. All right. But not only that, it's going to help be able to challenge those limiting beliefs. It's going to help with forgiveness, promoting change, and moving forward, and for you to feel safe to do so. I mean, oftentimes what happens is those limiting beliefs put this blindfold on us to where all we see is our past. And if we just pull that blindfold up, we can see the light and be able to move forward. Okay. Most limiting beliefs create an illusion of things that are not even there. So it's going to help us with that and to move forward once and for all and to feel safe to do so. It's going to help us with emotional balance and help you release tears. Sometimes I have had clients come to me on one-on-one sessions that haven't been able to cry. I had one client that told me that they literally could not express tears. And it was something that she wanted more than anything was to allow herself to grieve over the loss of her mother. Okay. Now, most of us know that that was probably a defense mechanism. And the more that her and I worked on really releasing that, she was able to grieve in a way that helped her move forward. So this is a phenomenal thing to do if you feel like you're trapped with being able to do that. It will help you with that in a healthy way. Another one that's a great one to use that we go over quite often in here is rose quartz. And you guys are familiar with that. So I won't necessarily show you an image of that again because you guys know what it is. It's a beautiful pink crystal that's one of the most popular ones. That crystal has such a gorgeous, gentle energy to it. It's one of the best ones that you could have in your beginner's kit or to give to somebody because everybody needs more love in their life. No matter where they are, they need that. It's going to help strengthen relationships. But like I reiterate all the time, most importantly, it helps heal the one with you first. Because when you heal the relationship with you, then the other relationships in your life tend to just continue to go, upward as well. Everything starts with you. So it helps with self-forgiveness. It helps with emotional scars, compassion, releasing rejection so that rejection doesn't become the projection you're putting on everybody, which in return would, of course, damage relationships. It helps give you this peaceful, gentle energy to the situation that you're going through. So if you find that you're on a difficult call with someone or you're in a difficult time with someone, try to hold that rose quartz crystal while you're talking to them even and just say to the crystal in your mind, please help give me the right words that reflect what it is I want back from this person too, right? Kind of treat others the way you want to be treated sort of thing. So it's going to help you with that, and it's going to help you with emotional balancing. One of the most beautiful gifts you can give to yourself that every crystal guru out there is going to tell you to do because it's good stuff is we all talk about self-care and taking spiritual baths, right? And one thing that you can do is take some tumbled stones of the ones that we've talked about today and put those tumbled stones in the water with you and take an intentional bath so that when you're releasing these things, you can also release them down the drain. And one thing I also like to do is when I make my own brown sugar scrub or salt scrub, right, is to plop in one of those tumbled stones into that scrub. And so that the energy of that stone gets into my detoxifying scrub. So not only when am I detoxifying my body, I'm also putting that beautiful energy of what it is I'm wanting back into my body as I'm taking the things out that I don't want. So that's a great tip and tool there. So now we're going to move on to how to really increase our faith, right? By using crystals. So a great one is red jasper. And red jasper is going to help you have passion and give this situation passion, right? think of the things that you are the most passionate about or were most passionate about at one point in your life, and the type of energy that came out of you when you really went into something with your full passion, when you first fell in love, or when you first started a job, or even started eating right, or a workout routine, right? There was a passion that emerged in you. And that's why the beginning is often so phenomenal. It's because you're coming into it with passion. So red jasper is going to help you with passion about what you believe in. So this is a great one with faith in general, not even just spiritual faith, but having faith in you. It's also awesome for endurance. I know that's a repetitive theme that we're talking about here, but a lot of times those limiting beliefs are going to cause you to not have endurance into getting started. And once you just get that endurance and that energy to be able to dive into something, it helps you let go of that fear, right? Of just getting started and getting out of your head. It's also a great one for people that are just starting to come into kind of separating themselves from religion and diving into their own spiritual faith and finding out what it is they believe. Because oftentimes when we do that, there's a fear, a deep fear that lies within us of being judged. Are we going to be labeled as a witch? Are we going to be labeled into dabbling into evil things, right? Are we going to be kind of pulled away from our family and judged and ostracized? So this is a great one if you're struggling with that, is to have this one on you. It's another one that's phenomenal with protection. And you can use this in combination with other black stones to help you if you're wanting protection against being rejected about your new, your new beliefs. Think of, it's another one that will help you with that burning desire, right? It's red, kind of like a flame, like a fire in a way. And it's got that fiery energy to it. Phenomenal for rebirth, rebuilding, and transformation. You can pray. When you're praying and you're meditating, hold this and ask for guidance. How do I deal with this? And have the faith and the passion that you will get the answers that you want and that you need the most. Another one that we have also talked about several times in here, and as you can see, these are the ones I revisit the most because they are the ones that I personally use the most with my clients. And so this is another one that is just phenomenal. I know we've talked about lapis several times, but we're going to just revisit it just for a few more minutes. So lapis, it's easy to get this one confused with the solidate, the one that we talked about earlier. But what you can see is this one doesn't have as much white in it as the other one does. The other one will have more white, speckly, almost kind of Dalmatian. Here's a picture of the rough form of it. Now I say that, and this one's going to have a ton of white in it just to confuse you even more. But you get my drift. So this is another phenomenal one for the third eye. Give me a moment as that image uploads for us. There you go. And it's great for strength and restoring your strength and your energy and being faithful. If you find that you start something with a lot of passion, but then your faith and your passion tends to die down really easily when one thing goes wrong or the more you go into it, this is one that you'll want to use to see what is the root of that. Why am I continuing to go into something full force and then that dies down? Because that's not a habit that you want to continue in your life. Because then every time that you get a new idea, you're going to go into that old limiting belief and block yourself from being able to move forward. So this is a great one to have. Phenomenal for patience and relaxing. And it's great for clarity and clairvoyance and clearing out the mind. And it helps you with your natural talents and abilities. I mean, think of the color of the third eye and the crown are going to be associated with that bluish color, purplish color. So anytime you see those colors, those things are going to normally be calming because they're blue, but they're also going to be things that bring awareness, right? Awareness and clarity. And they're going to help you be able to use your gifts and your ability to your highest good. Oftentimes we say, oh my gosh, I want to know, I want to know why I'm here. I want to know my purpose. But then as soon as we get a push from the universe of what our purpose is, we tend to fight it instead of diving in to really honor it and walking the walk of what it is that deep down we desire more than anything. And that's that fear. So as long as you have that compassion and that passion and drive, you're going to be able to persevere through those limiting beliefs. So as you can see, this is a really great, amazing module, because there's not one of us in here that hasn't experienced one of these hindering, blocks at one point in our life. And so even if it's not us personally that's going through it at this time, we will know a woman or a person or our own children that are eventually going to encounter these same emotions. And what a great tip to be able to provide them with a $2 stone, and an intention to be able to get past that. So now we're going to move on to the next module that's centered around crystals for relationships. And then we'll move on for crystals for money and business.